Hello there, citizens. I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the floaty that will not flush no matter how many times you try in the toilet bowl of crime. I am Darkwing Duck, telling you please, talk hard and enjoy the mindgasm. Whatever the heck that means. After all, you are watching IntelleXual Podcast with your ears.
Welcome to the IntelleXual Podcast. I'm your host, David Dawson. Happy holidays from all of us at the IntelleXual. This here is episode number 210. It's our end of the year IntelleXuals episode. It's myself with Whitney Wegman, Steve Schwartz, and Mark Atkinson as we recap the year and look ahead to 2018. It's been a fantastic year. We've done a lot of amazing things, and we look forward to seeing you all again at the turn of the new year. And here it is, episode 210 of the IntelleXual Podcast.
Talk hard and enjoy the mindgasm. The IntelleXual Podcast starts now.
She was a clown that, out of makeup, she was bipolar. Manic depressive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I learned a great deal not to date somebody who takes more than 3 antidepressants.
We could do a whole show just on people Steve's dated.
We have.
No, I mean like a whole series.
Oh, whole series.
Each show is a new story.
The clown woman.
Which is funny because looking at you, I wouldn't think you've dated that much.
Wow. Yikes.
And with that, the
Need
final
some ice.
podcast of the year
2017 is kicked off with Steve getting kicked in the nuts.
Where are my balls?
Oh, my balls.
Well, in a few days we'll have the ball drop, so it'll work out.
Yeah, well, at least one.
Well, yep.
Boom. This is the IntelleXual Podcast. I'm your host, Dave Dawson, and sitting here with me for the final episode of 2017 are
Mark Atkinson.
Whitney Wegman.
And one ball Steve Schwartz.
One ball. One-eyed Jack.
Down goes the podcast.
And then goes
That happened fast.
the great deflator drops
Lance
this podcast.
Armstrong of podcasting.
He's a one-ball man and he's off to the rodeo.
Good song.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? Because I haven't seen
Here comes
any of
Steve
you
with a mic in his hand. He's a one-ball man. He's off to the podcast rodeo.
I haven't seen any of you guys in weeks because I've been gone for so long.
You've
Yeah,
been
you've
stuck
been
in
on-
Where'd you
Texas.
go? You were in Austin?
I was in Austin for 5 weeks and New Orleans for a week.
And
There's some cool
it
cities.
snowed.
Yeah, and it snowed on the drive back. And got
Where?
from basically Pecos, Texas, all the way to El Paso.
It snows in Texas?
It did this week.
Yeah, it did this week. Started snowing on us while we were driving. No, it snows occasionally in Texas. It's like desert snow.
Woman I work with was from Texas. She was like freaking out seeing all the pictures from Texas. All the
Texas
snow.
gets it all.
I was showing her your pictures and your videos.
Snow,
and she's going,
hurricanes.
that's not supposed to happen there.
It's happened to me before there. And it's one of the reasons why I left, but, whatever.
Like in the Panhandle, does it snow there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll snow up in the Panhandle for sure.
So it doesn't smell as much like cow shit when you drive across the Panhandle?
Frozen cow shit.
That's all I remember about driving through Amarillo, Texas on the way out when I moved out here.
Yeah.
Oh, you love driving up through Central California, going past the Harris Ranch?
Yeah, it's that.
Yes.
And the whole time I thought my friend kept on farting, but wouldn't admit to it. I'm like, dude, stop. Or he had halitosis or something, but
Yeah.
nope, cow flop pie.
Yeah.
I grew up in Missouri. That's like nothing.
Yeah.
We have
Really?
pigs, cows, whole 9 yards.
Whitney smells that and she goes,
Hundreds and hundreds of miles
You're being funny, but it's kind of true.
You live on a farm?
of poo.
No. I worked
But
at
no,
a summer camp.
It was a long time on the road. Yeah, it was a long time on the road. But Whitney, you did the play while I was gone.
Yeah, we had 3 weeks of, it was, oh my gosh, American Carnage, a love story. Totally blanked for a second.
You're
yeah.
on the spot.
I know, right?
It's not really that you have to plug it right now.
No, it went really well. We had by the last weekend of runs, we had full houses most nights.
Nice.
And it was really interesting. It's postmodern. We had Amy on the show a few weeks ago, and she discussed it. I haven't done a lot of postmodern theater, and so it was very different. And I think I mentioned whenever Amy was here, I really liked it because I got to work a lot of the physical aspect of my acting training, and I really did go to clown school, guys. And there was there was some clown aspects to the show. A sort of humorous physical bit that sort of broke up some of this very intense show, as you could probably infer from the title. So we had a little clown bit that sort of broke it up.
So American Carnage and clowning, it's like 12 of you just come out of one cadaver.
Exactly.
Ooh.
That's so gross.
No, it really... it was supposed to be sort of... the inspiration for at least that particular scene was the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Yeah. So sort of
the original horror film.
Grotesque wonderment.
Oh.
Which was fun.
That was the theme of my wedding.
Oh. Nice.
Thank you. I'm here.
Doll lady.
Doll lady.
She has actually...
Doll lady kicked the bucket.
Doll lady has died.
I saw that post.
Yeah.
And it wasn't... Usually you hear about people dying and it's, somber,
I'm noticing
sad.
Whitney's peculiar face there.
But there were a lot of jokes.
She doesn't know the story.
In the comments.
You don't know the story? No. Oh.
Steve's ex-wife's mother.
His mother-in-law.
Had a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yes.
She called Martha. And Martha was, as far as she was concerned, a completely living entity that was part of the family and accompanied them to dinners and was part of Steve's wedding.
Did Martha have a
by the power vested in me
dress?
by the state of California and with Martha's permission?
No.
Yes.
And you didn't see the red flags when you met Martha?
I said. You would think that by the time they got to this part of the ceremony, it says, does anybody see any reason why these two shouldn't be wed, that a line didn't form to the back of the hall? But
his bride comes around the corner and the guy who's officiating turns to Steve and goes, not too late to run.
You can still say no.
Yeah, you don't want to spend the next 50 years of your life with Martha.
My brother, the night before the wedding, my brother walked me up and down the beach of San Clemente up to Dana Point and back, trying to convince me not to get married.
Ooh.
That didn't work.
Steve got kicked in the head by a horse when he was younger.
He was in...
All right. Explains a lot.
Okay. I know this is...
This is good podcasting. You're going to show a photo.
This is radio.
I'll describe it for you.
Okay. This is my mother-in-law and Martha.
Oh, my... Okay, so traditional, like, 1980s looking Raggedy Ann in what appears to be a Girl Scout outfit.
Yes, it's one of the
343.
That's one of the many outfits Martha had.
So Martha had outfits.
What am I looking at? I know this lady just recently passed away, so I feel bad.
Within the past year, I found the obituary in June.
Yeah.
When I posted that, when actually she passed away in April.
Oh.
So I know for a fact that my ex-wife was responsible for that because I know her habits of procrastination.
I mean, she looks like a nice, pleasant woman.
Yes.
I'm looking at a 65-year-old lady with a Raggedy Ann doll.
Now, are we sure this wasn't like an Annabelle situation and the doll was possessed by a demon spirit?
That would make
She
it
does look a little bit like that actress from Poltergeist. You know what I'm talking about?
She does, yes.
So like...
she was much taller than her.
Oh.
Okay. But you know which one we're talking about.
Zelda Rubinstein.
Yes. She has...
That's her name, Zelda Rubinstein?
Yes.
Okay.
Not her, but not my mother-in-law, but the
lady from Poltergeist.
Yeah.
The original Poltergeist, not the remake.
I mean, she was a very wealthy woman. She came from Chicago. Her family is Chicago. Her is the Adler family. And if you've ever been to Chicago, you see the Adler Planetarium.
Yes.
You see the Field Museum in Chicago. That's her family. The Sears Tower was financed by her great-grandfather, Max Adler. So or her grandfather, my ex-wife's great-grandfather. Whatever. So came for money. Her house, if you went to her house, it was wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling display cases of her doll collection.
I knew you were going to say dolls.
Yes.
It just makes it creepier.
Yes. So, and this one in particular, Martha, she took everywhere and would speak for it.
What was the voice like?
It was just this, this little girl voice. I can't do it.
Doubtfire.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar. So I cringe when I watch Mrs. Doubtfire.
No kidding.
But it's a little girl's voice that she uses, and I've had long distance calls from Martha and hang up, and then Mom would call back and say, "So what did you guys talk about?"
Oh boy.
The look on Whitney's face
is just astonished. You can
pick your jaw up.
Pick your jaw up off the table.
Again, are you sure the doll wasn't possessed by a demon?
No, I think the mother-in-law was possessed by the demon. She was speaking through the doll.
Potato.
I mean, she would carry around a little wicker chair for Martha. So if we go to any place such as like a restaurant, Martha would have a place to sit at the table. And
have you seen Grey Gardens? The more you talk, the more I'm thinking about that.
Yes, I have. And I was watching it with my brother, and he kept looking over to me, just raising his eyebrow, going,
Wow.
That's them.
Oh, my Lord.
Martha. So did Martha pass away, too? And
I had, oddly enough, I had a very
She was buried with Martha?
Dream. Well, I guess she was cremated, and she's buried in Hawaii.
Martha.
Well, the two of them, I'm hoping.
Whoa. Martha's still walking around.
You ever want to terrify Steve? Go buy a Raggedy Ann doll.
No kidding.
Just like put it in the corner of a room somewhere.
It's like Chucky.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack. Martha's back.
Your
mother-in-law
former mother-in-law's spirit is inside that doll.
Yeah,
I know. And well, in the obituary, she's been sent to. Her remains were sent to Hawaii. They have a family plot or a niche or whatever where they put they're putting their ashes, because my mother-in-law and my ex-wife used to live in Hawaii, and they love everything Hawaiian. So
Martha was buried or cremated with your
right. And I had this. Oddly enough, around that time when she died, I did have this weird dream that she did die, and I was at the funeral, and there they are laid out in the coffin, and I take a Sharpie out of my pocket, and I draw a little dick and balls on Martha's face.
Just Martha's face.
Just Martha's face.
Okay. Wow.
And I woke up, and I'm going, what the hell was that?
That was a weird one.
Okay.
Jeez. Mark.
I don't think I can top that.
You had Bob Gale give you an award, man. That's a pretty big deal. It's not fucking weird shit like this guy.
I'm still thinking about Martha with dick and balls on her face. Yeah, Bob Gale. I don't know how to top that one. Jeez. Whew. That's a tough one. I have to think about that. I feel like watching Poltergeist all of a sudden. Bob Gale, a producer and writer of Back to the Future. I'm trying to do this straight face, but I'm still thinking about Raggedy Ann.
Yeah, big old teabagging Raggedy Ann.
Drawn on her.
Just on her cheek.
What was she made out of? Cotton or
cotton and linen?
Cotton and linen. Okay.
And with a wooden heart inside. Every Raggedy Ann and Andy doll has a hand carved wooden heart.
Oh boy!
Inside.
Oh, Build-A-Bear totally ripped them off.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. Yeah. Writer and producer of Back to the Future. Great segue. He judged and awarded a award to me for best comedy in a film festival called the Various Artists Independent Film Festival.
Don't you love film festivals with the really wordy titles?
Yeah, it's great. What was the one? Well, What's the Vig was in? Oh, once again, organic bringing up of What's the Vig.
Yeah,
it was the New York
International Independent
Video and Film Independent Film Festival, like LA edition or something.
Yeah,
it was weird.
But we had to pay
that one best comedy too.
Yes.
So
yes, it did.
Who judged
if I'd have known about The Room at that point, I'd have understood better why.
Exactly. So that little film won an award. Yes, it did.
And that came with an actual...
The name of the film was?
A Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Now, the award from Bob Gale was awarded online, but like he actually recorded.
Yes.
Like, because I watched it.
Yep.
He said some really nice stuff.
He did. And this is a man... shit. I got the letter upstairs, but it was Omar McClinton is the... the president of the film festival or whatever, and he sent me an award along with the... You can't see it because it's transparent, but it is up there.
And it is a podcast. It's an audio podcast.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
It's the thing next to all the shark shit on my chimney. But yeah, no, it mentioned did you know that Bob Gale Steven Spielberg referred to Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis as the Bobs, the two Bobs, because they collaborated a couple of times. So he's actually friends with Steven Spielberg, and he mentions in the letter, he's like, so maybe he'll show his buddy Steven Spielberg your movie. How cool is that? I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Like, that could be cool. Unless he sues me, but I don't know if I should mention this on the podcast. And I was actually talking to Jordan Jacob about it earlier today. I did another thing called Jordan Hates Rodents, and I did an impression of
Quentin that too. Yeah.
I did an impression of Quentin, although technically his name is Mr. Shaw, not Mr. Quint, but I'm Uncle Quentin, Miss Carol. If you look up Peter Benchley's name on IMDb, there's 2 writing credits he gets, and the last 2 he's been dead for like 5 years, by the way. His last 2 writing credits are for an episode of Jordan Hates and a Miss Carol, and I never did that. I mean, he definitely deserves all the credit, but I'm just like... He's probably rolling over in his grave if he knew about this, It's just like, he doesn't... The man wrote Jaws. I did like a 5-minute half-ass impression of Quint, and that's like on IMDb. So, I don't know. I might get a cease and desist. I didn't do it, though. IMDb did, so it should be
I think you are protected under parody. As far as
I think you're right. Yeah, so that also means that Tommy Wiseau will get a soon-to-be writing credit for the patio. Which I'm sure he's really excited about.
He probably would be.
Yeah.
You're tearing me apart, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
See, you'd have to understand the psyche, the mentality of Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
He's not of this earth. Especially when you would think of anything.
Raven described The Room to me as the motion picture that would be made if an alien was to make a motion picture that they think a human being would make.
I mean, that would explain why he doesn't tell people where he's from, because he's not from Earth.
No, he's always he's always wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
At night.
Yep. Yeah, look at my Facebook profile. It's me and him, and he's wearing sunglasses at night.
And he's always wearing his clothes. I mean, and it's a bunch of belts. Two belts. One of them is not even through belt loops. It's just cupping his buttocks.
Yep.
And it's to accentuate my ass, so people will look at my ass.
I did that a couple nights ago.
Anyone tried saying nanu to him?
I'm sure someone has tried, and he probably would give them a blank stare.
He might be a cyborg. That's possible.
I don't know.
No.
Cyborg would have some sort of malevolence.
I'm going to make bad movie, and then in 15 years it'll be cult hit.
But if he was a
James
cyborg,
Franco and
he'd be
Seth
an
Rogen
AI,
will make movie
and
about
me. Learn from his experiences.
You're assuming he's a good AI,
right? I mean,
Siri's not learning very well.
Yeah,
but Sophia's learning a lot. Have you seen that? It's creepy.
Sophia.
Look up Sophia. She's like the most advanced AI that exists right now. She's in Dubai, and they have her. Like,
I saw this, and she's
creepy.
She creeped me out. I think they showed it on. It was on Last Week Tonight on John Oliver, and he said
It's hard to imagine anything creeping Steve out.
But she said
With the whole Martha
the guy asked
Martha
the guy
creeped him out.
somebody asked Sophia, saying, "Do you want to destroy humanity?" And she says, "Yes, I would very much like to destroy humanity."
Oh boy.
Like, okay.
It's Ex Machina.
Well, and they rebooted her at one point, and the first thing that she started asking when she woke up, she's like, "Am I still Sophia?" And they explained to her, "Oh, we rebooted you, so you kind of are, but kind of not." And like, then she was sitting there like trying to wrap her head around what that meant. It's like, it's creepy watching the thing think.
Yeah, sorry.
Was that Martha?
No, that was just a nervous tick. I was just playing with my phone.
He was getting creeped out by the idea of AIs, which might stem from a fear of Martha.
Yeah, anything.
Living dolls.
Anything.
So, how's your job going, Steve?
Right now, not bad.
He managed to skirt around getting laid off.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Your number was not up.
My number was not up. Apparently,
Dodged the
it was.
draft.
He thought for sure. For like a month, he was like, I'm going to get laid off in a month.
Well, I found out after it was all done that my name was on the list of people to get the axe. And because of a strange twist of fate of a new person coming in heading that division for AT&T, they're not a sponsor of this podcast.
The Death Star.
The Death Star. This new person said, well, he's doing a good job, so we'll take him out of that list.
Wow, that's like if you're being executed. The executor gets struck by lightning. And like, all right, next guy, pick up the axe. The other guy's like, I kind of like this guy.
Yeah, this guy made me laugh. Yeah, he's funny. Keep him on.
Wow.
Talks about this woman he dated with only 3 fingers. So it's
Another one with a creepy doll.
He talks about the creepy doll. So it's, I'll keep him around.
Yeah, he's got good anecdotes.
So what else has been going on? Anybody else have any interesting stories?
So a film that I worked on, like a year and a half ago, just premiered the other night over at Museum of Photographic Art. It was a horror film.
Oh, I heard about that
Evil
one.
Rises.
How was it?
I thought it was fun. It was, campy horror film. It was, what I expected, what I signed up for. So
who made that?
That was
It's Thunder.
Daniel Florenzano Productions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think
you messaged me about it, but I was like, it was like way late for me to be able to go.
Yeah, I think this is like maybe his first feature. He's done some shorts. Yeah, something like that.
Cool. What about you, Mark? You acting anything lately?
Sure.
Other than the patio.
The patio, yes. The patio is something that I wrote, directed, and produced, and acted in 2 parts, actually. And it's a bad spoof on a bad movie. I figured there was only one way to do it, and that's to go all the way. And we actually took a couple of edits to get it to where I wanted it to be, because it was just kind of like just a shitty movie at first. It was like a bad 48. I'm like, no, this is not good enough, or it's not bad enough. So we did some post-production tricks and made it decent. But yeah, I did something else called 92115, and that is produced by me and directed by this guy named Kevin Nostratus, and kind of adapted by Jordan Jacobo, but it's originally written by this guy named Ryan Bradford. It's basically the precursor to that thing called, San Diego Film Challenge, True Film, or whatever.
True San Diego,
yeah. So basically the same thing. We had to take a story, adapt it, and turn it into a short film. And that I didn't make it, unfortunately, because I had to work, but it debuted last Wednesday, I guess, and I guess it was pretty good. I play a little small part in that as well, a little co-star role. But it's about a mailman and all his true story about all his trials and tribulations as a mailman, like finding poop in a mail collection box and all that stuff.
We're in the middle of working on our True San Diego film.
Yeah. You guys get a good one?
No. Maybe we shouldn't say that out loud. No, we're working very hard to make the story that we chose work for us.
Yeah.
But in the end, we weren't overly enthusiastic about the three stories that we were given to choose from.
Do you definitely have to do it, or can you guys be like, I'm not feeling it? Fuck it.
Well, I mean...
Well, we don't have to do the competition, but
we
we have to
swallow the entry fee.
One of the...
Oh, yeah.
We would have to take one of the three stories that we were given.
Yeah, me chose the best of the worst, or whatever.
It was the most...
Well, look, they're not... let me clarify here. They're not bad stories.
Right.
They're
tough to adapt.
The three of them are very difficult to adapt into.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Into a film.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think the problem I have with most of them is they're situations. They're not really complete stories.
There's nothing that has an act structure to them.
Yeah, there's no act structure to them. So we're having to fill in gaps, and we're having to from an adaptation standpoint, it's a great challenge to adapt these things.
Right.
But so much effort is going into figuring out how to adapt them that it's eating into production time, which for me, the 60 days should have allowed for a bit more ability.
Is it already 2 weeks in?
Yeah, we're already 2 weeks in.
Oh, wow.
We just finished the first draft of our script.
Oh, and that's already pre-written, too, so it's like... But, yeah, like you said, it's just more of the framing work.
Well, it's the basis of the screenplay. We have to adapt the short story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing we had to do.
Yeah. I mean, what the class did was like the pilot run.
But we had to choose ours. We had that option. And ours was actually pretty good. It's pretty easily adaptable. It's a funny story. It's well written by that guy Ryan Bradford, it's based on him. It made it into the San Diego City Beat a couple years ago. He actually was a mailman, and then he wrote it in the City Beat, and ultimately that got him fired or whatever. So yeah. But it's I don't know. It's pretty funny. I don't know. I guess I'm proud of it. I suppose. Yep.
Well, we're very curious to see how this turns out for us. I like the idea of a 60-day film challenge instead of a 48.
Nice.
It's nice.
48's for the birds.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
I wouldn't say that, but it's...
What does it even mean, that phrase? The birds?
For the birds?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would imagine...
I know it's that's for suckers, but why? Where did it come from? Why the birds?
I would think it's probably birds like vultures. So if something's dead, they're eating it. So it's over.
Oh, okay. There you go. I
maybe
like that.
Leave it to Whitney.
It really isn't much. It's for the birds.
Oh, okay.
Leftover. So what do we do with this?
No,
but that'd be it's for the dogs.
Better.
It's for the dogs. The dogs
it's
gonna eat
just
that.
crumbs.
No, I like
for the
Whitney's
birds.
explanation better.
It's for the pigeons. For the seagulls.
Probably.
Maybe that's what it's from.
For the
seagulls.
Where's the fun in that? It's more fun to make up our own reasons.
I like looking up the origins of colloquialisms and things like that.
I've had to stop doing that because people get on my case that I'm a know-it-all. So
you're starting to be a little bit of a Sheldon Cooper from
Big Bang.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I've had to learn to put my phone down and stop looking shit up.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. So
you're just kind of a jerk anyway. But
let me preface that I've known this man since 1998, and we've been best friends and roommates on and off. So I have traveled the world with this man. So
you have, all the way around the globe.
We've gone to another country together.
You've eaten balut together.
I've eaten dead animals with.
I did not eat the balut. He ate the balut.
No, you had the egg.
I stood by and laughed.
You had the egg white.
The very name of that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like you're vomiting when you say it. I'll have
It's a duck embryo straight out of the egg.
Yeah, it's a fertilized egg.
Yeesh.
We really do need to go to video next year more because Whitney's facial expressions to our
crunchy hard-boiled egg.
I mean, no, I try to avoid those, but I did grow up on a farm, so I've definitely, gone to make an omelet. It's like, oh, there's a baby in there. I'm not going to eat that.
Well, that's a delicacy in the country we are in.
Philippines.
The Philippines, yes.
Yeah, they wandered the beach. Like we were on the beach in Boracay. And there were like people wandering with coolers strapped over their shoulder, walking around the beach going, "Balut! Balut!"
That's great.
Call them over, and they come over and pay them, and they hand you an egg.
They hand you an egg that's wrapped in, looks like a page out of the Yellow Pages.
And it's boiled, and there's
steamed, actually.
And there's a little dead baby bird in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can.
You saw feathers, right?
I've tasted feathers.
At least you ate light.
You get 3
Ooh. Is that a bad joke? Because feathers are light.
Oh, they're light, yes.
Right, yeah. It's awful.
Really bad joke.
I know.
That's coming from me.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I guess there's like 3 different levels of balut where you can get something that's more closer to a hard-boiled egg than the different age of...
You can say the stage of embryo you want?
Right. And apparently I got...
you got a latter stage.
Almost bird.
I got an almost bird.
It had eyes.
It had eyes and a beak. And
talons.
Feet.
And feathers.
Probably not good for your intestines to be eating beak and talon.
They're really soft at that point.
They're very... It's like chewing on cartilage. So if you've ever had a gristly
buffalo
steak.
Wings, except those are grown birds.
Yeah.
Cooked.
Yeah. The cartilage.
And usually coated with a buffalo sauce.
That's actually very accurate of what it was like chewing on that. Is like the cartilage off of,
but they're babies.
But it's one of Donald Duck's
They're not
nephews,
cooked, yes, and no buffalo sauce.
I blogged about it, and it was called Balut, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh, that's the name of a Filipino cover band.
What goes up must come down, or what goes down must come up. So, I mean, we had some of the most, from one extreme to the next, of some of the most delectable, most amazing food, to some of the most revolting, such as balut. But we also had this dish is called diniguan, and it's a pork blood stew. It is...
I think I had that.
Blood.
They do it in Vietnamese, too. Vietnam. Yeah.
They boil it until it is clotted.
That honestly doesn't sound terrible to me, but I also have eaten blood sausage and stuff like that.
Well, and this put over rice with a piece of fat back.
Was it kind of like blackish and brownish, almost like a gelatin? Yeah. Like, this isn't bad. What is this?
And very gritty.
Pork blood. What?
Yeah.
Pork blood.
No, we have a video that David and I did of sampling all of these foods. And I was
pig
amazed.
ears and
So this was prior to being vegan.
Oh yeah.
This is prior to us being vegan.
Are you vegan now too?
Yes.
Oh wow! Look at you guys.
Spreading.
Not extreme to where I won't wear certain fabrics, and I.
Oh, but you eat vegan.
Well, and
eat vegan.
In all honesty, I'm more of a vegetarian right now than a vegan.
We'll have dairy.
Traveling is just
cheese
fucking hard. I love the vegan cheeses. Like I don't have any problem with that. But traveling and being stuck in hotel ballrooms for 16 hours in a day and only being able to eat whatever catering brings in makes it very hard to
change
stay
the diet.
vegan. So I've been vegetarian for the last 4 or 5 months. Just to be completely honest on the podcast.
Meal.
But I will say my weight shot back up as soon as I stopped being vegan.
Oh, really?
Amazing how quickly my weight came back up.
Yeah, mine too. I mean, I lost a lot of weight due to illness, but I bounced back. I lost maybe about 50 pounds, and I've gained back about 20. So,
okay, this is a healthy look.
It doesn't feel healthy.
Oh, okay.
I would rather...
You look healthier than you've looked for a while, though.
Well,
right.
That also
you look
has
well
to do,
rested.
Yeah, I'm well rested.
The beard's coming in.
Speaking of sleep, I just got approved for a CPAP machine because they verified it. I've got really bad sleep apnea.
Well, yeah, I might need to do that too.
Need your study to know that.
You've had the machine for a long time.
I've been getting some complaints lately too. I don't know what's going on with that. But
I know an abundance of people who use
getting
CPAP
old.
machines.
I can't even stay at some people's places up in LA anymore.
You should go get a sleep study done.
Yeah?
Go to your doctor and ask him for a sleep study.
All right. Not a bad thing.
Doesn't take much, and
I got my results this morning actually, and they said that my oxygen levels were down to like 77%.
Oh, yikes.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
while
not
I was
good.
sleeping, and like normal.
Yeah.
You know what you should be is around 96 when you're
Oh,
asleep.
wow. Yeah.
I was very. So do you ever wake up in the morning and feel like you got hit by a truck?
Yeah, but it's called a hangover.
Well, you know I don't drink and haven't drank in years.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel like that a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
get headaches.
I think the thing with me is I've been getting. I dated this girl over the summer, and even a little bit or in the fall or whatever. But anyways, I would towards the end of the relationship, she'd feel comfortable enough to leave the bed and sleep on the couch. But it's a little embarrassing, you know. She's kind of like, oh,
Yeah, you should.
I'm that bad. I'm driving you out of bed.
If you're snoring that hard, you should probably get a sleep study.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because I had my sleep study done, and they're like,
This public service announcement brought to you by the IntelleXuals.
the severity stage is 5 to 30. Okay, 5 is mild sleep apnea.
Yeah.
30 is severe sleep apnea. Mine was 59. Okay.
Oh boy.
So, I
He's
did.
really.
Do you
not
sleep
allowed
with
to
that thing
criticize
every
him.
night?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
it
some
was-
equipment you got there. I remember when you crashed my couch and it looked like you were gonna, I don't know, steam something.
It looked like I was going to be going on a spacewalk.
So you're like Darth Vader in
Right.
Empire Strikes Back when he's in that egg thing and no.
Right. Well.
Okay. It's not
Anyway,
that bad.
I couldn't.
It looks like you're in the Bacta tank.
Yeah. When I first was diagnosed with it, they gave me a full face mask because I couldn't breathe through my nose, and I had a ear, nose, and throat guy look and say,
That's what I need to see, right?
You got a really bad deviated septum." And he said, "Let me look in your throat." And he said, "Did you ever have your tonsils out when you were a kid?" I went, "No, I never have." And I said, "They are overgrown. You got some huge tonsils." So,
Look at the size of them tonsils.
look at them tonsils.
I'll tell you, son, you got some big ass tonsils.
So,
We're gonna have to take them out.
yeah. So he's
You know what they say about a man's tonsils, don't you?
he can't breathe.
You say can't breed?
Breathe. Well, me can't breathe either. So,
Snores like a dinosaur.
yeah. Well, I had my tonsils, soft palate, and uvula removed, and
He's
corrected
a Jew who can't go Hanukkah.
I
He
can't say. I can't
Really?
say Hanukkah. I can only say Hanukkah. I don't have.
Wow.
I don't have the equipment to do
Jesus.
Can you do Chewbacca?
that. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my
No.
God, really?
Can't do that.
can't do that.
It's got no soft
So
palate.
wait, do you guys have your tonsils
It sounds
still?
like something some
Oh, yeah.
evil
Yeah?
Gentile doctors made up. No, I never got mine taken out, so maybe...
Wow.
Well, it's very rare now because they can treat it with antibiotics and
well, I'm going
reduce
to
the
go.
heart
I
disease.
got to
yours
get it
come out?
done.
About a couple years ago as an adult, and everybody told me it was like the worst thing ever. It was not that bad, not compared to
Mine
having
was-
chronic tonsillitis. That stuff's terrible.
But
Tonsillitis, huh?
I've always had tonsillitis when I was a kid. I would get it, and they would say, "We don't want to operate, so here's some antibiotics, and it should go away after a week." And it would. But it got to the point where Dave would verify this when I would sleep, and there were times when I was not breathing for
Oh, yeah.
30, 45 seconds.
Oh, jeez.
And you wake yourself up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like that? Oh, wow, that's scary.
And, they're not as dark now, but my fingernails, the beds of my fingernails were so dark from
Lack of oxygen.
Lack of oxygen.
Wow.
And they said, yeah, you need this. And so I had the surgery, and now I can breathe through my nose, and I have a much lighter mask, but it's the machine itself, I've been told it's when I picked it up and said, wow, you but
Yeah, sleep apnea can kill you.
Yeah, definitely
that's the
can.
reality.
My blood pressure has come way down because I'm on a regular schedule at work. My blood sugars are normalizing. My resting pulse rate used to be 104.
Oh gosh.
And when I started on the CPAP, it went down to about 99. And since I've changed my schedule, it's around the high 80s.
Do you remember watching What's the Vig
Yeah.
and seeing what he looked like in that movie?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, that wasn't makeup.
remember how just pale and
Yes.
Pale and
sickly he looked?
hasty. Sickly, I'd look with the
Oddly enough, you
dark-
look healthier now than you did 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe a little
He's
bit.
a little heavy.
A little
I'm-
then, but I mean, for
I mean,
you
I
know,
was
a little heavy, but-
then I weighed about 210.
210. Okay.
Okay, I'm 240 right now.
Yeah.
So-
That's not so bad, though.
Yeah.
It's still high. I would like
Sure.
to.
It's high, but you definitely look healthier now than you did then.
Well, that's because I.
Oxygen does a lot for a person's
Yeah.
body.
Right? I'm really looking forward to getting my machine and seeing how it changes me.
There you
Yeah.
go.
It's going to take a few months. I can tell you that. It's,
Fucking buzzkill.
sorry,
bastard.
but that's what they told me. And I said, "So
You're a
am I gonna
buzzkill.
see-
Shut up.
am I going to see some immediate results?" And they said, "No." Because it takes a while for your body to react to that and to normalize and to stabilize from that. So, but after a while, your energy levels are going to go up, and you're not going to be falling asleep at 2:00 in the afternoon. You're not going to be fighting to stay awake. You're not going to fall asleep behind the wheel, which I've done. So it's that lovely feeling that you're driving down the freeway going 75 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden.
Oh God, I think I've done that once or twice, and it is scary. But like, when you're just kind of like nodding, I just pull over and say it's not worth it.
Yeah, I at the worst I would turn up my radio and turn it loud to try to keep me awake and
Sure, roll down the windows and
roll down the windows, let the cold air hit me. And, So
On the flip side of that, you could just not sleep, which is like, that's where I live. I'm waiting. They said that Da Vinci was like an insomniac, and so I'm waiting to become a genius.
Galileo's Hours, I think it's called, right?
Genius, no, it's correct.
yeah.
Oh,
How do you know?
it's lonely at the top.
Oh, that was a good one. He owed you a burn.
I owed you a number.
I'm not fighting back.
And ladies and gentlemen, I have to drive home with him in his car. He's driving, so this is probably going to be the last time you'll hear me.
Speaking of genius, you guys just saw The Disaster Artist.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Did you see it too?
No.
Okay.
So this is going to
How good is that movie? Is it amazing, or am I just?
I liked it. I thought it stayed true to the book.
Yeah.
I've not read the book, but I have seen The Room. I as somebody who has also made a shitty film, I enjoy
Which
it.
one are you referring to?
What's the Vig? I enjoyed it. I wouldn't. I think Franco did a wonderful job with it, and it's definitely an enjoyable film. I don't know that it's
Oscar worthy.
I don't think it's award worthy or
No, you don't think so? I mean, I don't know. What else is there?
I mean,
3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Heard that's good.
Fucking
that I
awesome.
saw
Martin
that.
McDonough.
I've seen that.
That
I've seen
movie's
that.
amazing.
Yeah?
I've seen that twice already.
Really?
I
All right,
love
I'll
that
check
movie.
it out.
I
I heard
didn't
it's good. It's 7 Psychopaths or whatever.
Yeah, the same guy in
And,
Bruges.
in Bruges, that's,
he's also a playwright. He's done tons of plays.
Okay.
The ensemble
Sam
cast.
Rockwell?
Sam Rockwell is absolutely
He's good.
Woody Harrelson's fantastic.
Yeah.
And Frances McDormand. If she doesn't win the Oscar, I'll
that's-
Okay.
I hadn't even heard of it, and I was just like looking through the other day because John and I were trying to figure out what to go see, and I'm like, "What is this? Martin McDonough? Oh, he's brilliant!" So,
the first time I saw the coming attractions, I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious!"
how it's so random to me. He's from the UK. Why did he choose Ebbing, Missouri? Like, did he drive through there? Why is
I
this
have
even a
no
thing in
idea.
his psyche?
I have no idea why he chose it. but the story is so well done.
The Mickelsons really seemed to like that movie. They liked it
I
so
watched
much.
it with them.
You did at the
At
up here?
San Diego International, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So they
one
lobbied.
film they were like, you got to go watch this movie.
They lobbied to have that there, and I think they even maybe donated or paid or something like that. I don't know.
Wouldn't put it past.
I mean,
It's like, yeah, really? You got that
played
kind of
in the
money,
theater.
huh?
It
Ooh,
played
you
in-
should see this movie called The Patio now.
It's not. It's
the
not
name?
playing.
Yeah.
World. It's not in a wide release.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, it was in this little art house theater that's near me. That I saw it.
Yeah, well, it's a little independent film.
Yeah.
In Bruges, like
it was the coming attraction title card was red, so you know that it's not, it's not a green one, so it's not something for kids.
Yeah.
But I mean the humor in it is just so well done.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Nothing Martin McDonagh does is for kids.
Oh, okay. So this was my first foray into.
So every play he's ever done, like, you have to have in your mind a budget for stage blood because it literally takes buckets of blood to do his plays.
Okay. So, well, I didn't see that in this film. You don't see that
Aspect.
At that aspect, but the violence level
Blood's Violet
is, well, it borders on cartoon.
Yeah. Well, In Bruges is pretty violent and funny.
Yeah. But this
Seven Psychopaths is
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of the violence is cartoonish violence
Yeah.
that is perpetrated on it. And you've got even Peter Dinklage is in this, and he's got this wonderful scene that he has with
Yeah,
Francis
it's wonderful.
McDormand.
Wonderful. It's a wonderful movie, all the way around.
I'll check it out.
Have you guys gotten one of these yet?
I am getting one in theory for Christmas
holding up
because
my
I
movie
asked
pass
for
card.
it. Good deal?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So I got this.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. Well, I'll
2
go
months
see
ago now.
Baywatch with that thing, right?
So it's
Is
10
it for any?
$10 a month.
$10 a month. You download the app, you get the card. Once you get the card gets tied into your app on your phone, and you can go to any theater that participates with MoviePass and watch a movie.
Deal.
One movie a day, every day of the month,
For $10 a month.
for $10 a month.
Yep.
You just can't
That's-
watch it
Because
twice.
it's like $15 now.
No, you can go watch movies as many times as you want.
Oh, really?
I mean, maybe 15 if you're going to matinee. It's like 20 in the evening, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
So like
the
we went
new
and saw
thing
The
is-
Disaster Artist tonight
Yeah.
at 5:30, and I used this. I just walked in.
Is there like blackout dates
Nope.
or no time restrictions?
Is there
Nope.
Like,
It-
there movie types? Can you
it's
not?
not. It's not good at every movie theater.
Oh.
It has to be in the app, in the MoviePass
You
app.
can't go to like the Loft.
But like here in San Diego, most of the major theaters,
AMC, yeah.
Edwards, Mira Mesa, all the theaters along the 78 are there.
it's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. Like $10 a month, so you can go. So like every little movie that you want to go watch, you can go watch and not
Not worry about the price.
worry about
Yeah.
the price.
Even if you wanted to go see an IMAX film,
No, it's only good for like regular TV movies.
2D
Gotcha.
movies. Okay.
Yeah.
But like,
Me and Randy Davis, and we go to movies a lot because I don't know, we just hang out a lot. But
we're filmmakers. We should be going and watching movies.
yeah. So, but he's like my go-to movie guy. He's like always down. But we saw the Justice League. You guys see that one?
No, I haven't seen that.
It was, you saw it probably, I'm sure,
Yeah,
right? It was
yeah.
meh.
I saw it opening night with this.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Opening night works too, huh?
Yeah.
It was meh. You're like, that wasn't that bad. And then we saw Thor 3 after that.
And you go, God damn, Justice League sucks.
It was apples and like shitty pears that have been on the ground because they fell from the tree 3 weeks ago. It was not that Justice League was that bad, but it's just
By
comparatively.
comparison, yeah.
I would say
Marvel's
that Thor
been
3 is
cleaning
up there with maybe the first Guardians.
Yeah, Thor 3 was really
Good.
fucking good.
Yeah. That was some good cameos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they made
saw-
a really good decision, I think, taking Thor to the comedy side. 'Cause
Yeah, I
like,
mean, the first one I remember being kind of funny. The second one, for some weird reason, I don't even remember. But
the second one
Dark
wasn't
World?
very good at all.
yeah, I just don't
But I think
remember.
Thor
it.
works best the more
Yeah, he was
Hemsworth's
definitely
allowed to just kind of let go.
He was definitely more goofy and funny in the Hulk and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
But it all made sense too, though. And this is where I think Marvel has it over DC. Is Marvel's taken this time to build this universe, to create a history with all these characters. So as Thor becomes funnier, it makes sense because he's been influenced and affected by his time hanging out with the Avengers.
Sure. And
right?
do we do spoilers or no? Don't spoil anything.
Yeah, fuck, that movie's been out for.
But the Matt Damon cameo was great.
Oh, it was fantastic.
And who else? Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
his cameo was great.
Yeah. Well, and they teased that.
Yeah, they teased that one
at the end of Doctor Strange.
Okay, I'd have to watch it again. I like Doctor Strange.
Giving him the mug of beer that kept refilling.
So that's right.
But then to see the whole bit,
that worked well. Yeah, him and Loki.
Now, I think it'll be interesting now that Marvel has the rights back to X-Men to see what they do with that.
Is that a done deal?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I think I saw like a trailer for the latest X-Men movie, or the newest, the one that should be coming out.
Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, might pass on that one.
That's next November.
It was almost like more like a generic horror movie, right? No? The trailer?
The Dark Phoenix saga,
the teaser,
is like a big deal in the X-Men universe.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
So that's Jane Grey gets taken over by the alien entity.
Aren't they all like teenagers or something?
It's all the same. Which X-Men are you talking about?
I don't know.
Are you talking about the Runaways on Hulu?
No, I don't know. Maybe
the girl who plays Sansa.
No,
Hulu.
I know that, but I'm trying to.
We have to talk. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna bail on that. I'm gonna bail on that. And change the subject. Dude, speaking of Hulu, whoa! You recommended some the Dana Carvey. I saw Dana Carvey do stand up a couple weeks ago. That's a good Hulu special.
I saw that one.
The Dana Carvey Hulu special. I don't know.
About
the rise and fall of the Dana Carvey show.
Yeah, Too Funny to Fail.
Yes, that was great. So I watched that a couple nights ago. Yes, you'd like it. I watched that a couple nights ago, and I kind of passed on. I woke up, and you know how sometimes if you're watching Hulu, it goes to like, oh, if you like that, you'll like this. I woke up and I watched an amazing documentary called Becoming Bond, and it's by the same guy who did Too Funny to Fail or whatever. Same director, and it's all about George Lazenby. And it's the best documentary I think I've ever seen. Like, I've seen documentaries about Bond, and those are great, but this is narrated by George Lazenby, but it's reenacted by actors, so it's kind of both, and it's hilarious. It's more of a comedy than, I don't know. It's also, it's hilarious, but it's also touching too. But I can't. But you'd like it.
The Dana Carvey one.
That was a good.
Your jaw drops of how the comedic talent. That was
Louis C.K. pre-jerking off.
Yeah, we're not really allowed to talk about that guy.
Oh, we're not.
Stephen Colbert, Stephen Carell,
Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah, Charlie Kaufman. Robert Smigel.
Yeah,
all these people that are huge in comedy now who were nobodies then.
Yeah,
and how the two Steves were like competing against each other.
Yeah, and they were like good friends,
right?
Yeah,
and they came up with these characters of that was on they showed their audition tapes for Saturday Night Live that were rejected, and it's the funniest thing. You look at it now, it's two waiters that are nauseated by the food that they're
because they're hungover in the sketch or something like that, and they're nauseated almost by puking.
They have to describe all the food and the specials of the day, and they're just nauseated by it. So there's we have this risotto, and they're like, risotto,
bullet,
just
Malou.
how queasy and nauseated they were, and just the commitment to it. It was just hilarious.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, and at the end of it, they're like, that sketch basically put us on the map, because that sketch got them the Daily Show.
Right.
Which, and then eventually the 40-Year-Old Virgin and, Colbert Report. Yeah, it was cool.
It's interesting how one thing can lead to this other thing that then becomes the stepping stone to everything else.
Right.
Yeah. You just never know which opportunity is going to be your big opportunity, It's like...
And at the time, the censors were going, "You can't say that. You can't do that. You can't do that." And now you got
this is like the PC 90s, like 96 or 7 or something like that. And
now you're seeing stuff on Family Guy that's even worse.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it was at the wrong place in the wrong time, I think.
Right.
And it was on like ABC right after Home Improvement. And in the documentary, they're talking about like one of the serious episodes when what's his name, Jonathan Taylor Thomas
may have cancer.
Yeah.
Coming up next,
it's the diet. Like they would have like sponsored shows, only 8 episodes, right? They would have like sponsored shows and be like, "Oh, it's the Diet Mug Root Beer Dana Carvey show," and then like it just goes to everyone's reaction, and they just like Stephen Colbert laughs for a full minute. Oh, it's funny.
The Taco Bell. Taco Bell is one of the, and they just kept how they kept the sponsor, because
the last sponsor was like a local Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, they would have Taco Bell as their sponsor, and they would just say how terrible and how vile Taco Bell food is. As their sponsor. It was just ripping. And then, Jon Stewart would, in The Daily Show, would just rip on Arby's constantly.
Yeah.
And say, "Come for the meat, stay for the shits."
There's no bad exposure. That's just the reality.
They loved it.
So not on Hulu, but Netflix, Dark. Have you guys seen that series?
No.
It kind of is like a mix between Stranger Things meets Donnie Darko, but it's a German production, and they just did, you can either watch it the subtitles or you can watch a dubbed version, which I don't like to watch the lips whenever I'm watching the dubbed version, but very enjoyable show. Yeah.
Well, that gets into an interesting question. What was your favorite movie or TV series that you saw this year?
Okay. Maybe it's because it's fresh, and plus I had a very unique experience with the Disaster Artist. I saw it at the AFI Fest, and I accidentally snuck in, and I accidentally saw it. And
you never accidentally sneak into anywhere.
This one, the party I got in on purpose, and I somehow stumbled into the premiere, which was sold out. I don't know why. And next thing I know, people are walking around me. I went to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be in here, but I need to hide out. I'm washing my hands, and I look over who's two sinks down. It's Bob Odenkirk. Better Call Saul. I'm like, dude, I should not be here. I don't know how. It's just a matter of time. I'm going to chill in the back until the lights go down. And, I had a sport coat in the past, so I kind of looked official. And then, security or whatever, volunteers left, and I'm like, oh, there's a seat open, so I'm going to sit in the back. And the whole cast and crew were there. Tommy Wiseau and James Franco, and then I watched the movie, and it was great. And then after the movie, I'm kind of still in the lobby. I'm like, that'd be great if I could get into the party, but that's not going to happen. And I see I don't know if I should say his name, but he's a character actor. He's been in a couple productions down here in San Diego, and he always plays like a thug. And he's the nicest guy in the world, but he always plays like a badass. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hey.
Is he in Better Call Saul?
Don't.
No, okay.
I mean,
what's wrong with you?
No, it's not Bob Odenkirk. There's a good chance he is. Yeah. But I don't know. I somehow made some small talk. He said, hey, where's the after hour party? I'm like, I don't know. I'll go find out for you. So I go ask a volunteer, and they tell me where it is. I'm like, yeah, well, it's across the street at the Roosevelt Hotel, which is awesome. But I'm like, good luck, have fun. I can't go because I don't have a pass, and I wasn't even supposed to be here. He's like, well, I might be able to get you. And I'm like, oh, no, really? He's like, well, I don't know if I can, but I'll try. I'm like, oh, dude, that'd be awesome. So he totally gets me in, and then, it was just free drinks and all that stuff. And I'm like, dude, I'll take care of you. I'll wait in line. I'll get you and your lady, and I don't know. It was a really cool, surreal experience. So maybe that's why I think that's the best.
Yeah, it's affected by the whole experience.
Yes. Cool. As far as TV, this is a much shorter story. I really like this show on, what's it called? Epix. Epix is you guys know what Epix is? Okay. Get Shorty, the show.
That's the British version.
No, it's American. It's got that guy from England, or no, he's Irish. What's his name? He was in Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Oh.
like something like
I can never remember
Chris
that guy's
O'Dowd.
name.
Chris O'Dowd.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Chris O'Dowd and Ray Romano, who is really good at it. Like he's a down low key actor. He's really good in The Big Sick too. That's a good movie. Check that out. That's my favorite show.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Oh gosh, favorite show. I'm gonna have to go with Stranger Things, the second season.
Okay.
I know like half of the country it would probably say that one.
It was good.
It was really good.
Was it?
And of the things that have come out this year, not supposed to hit the date. I did the no. So of the things that came out this year, I was really excited about that one. Like John and I stayed up on the night of the release, and it was like midnight. We're like, okay, all right, it's out. We should watch one. And we actually did hold ourselves to just watching one episode that night, and then we watched all the rest the next day.
Binge.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's that good.
Have you seen Stranger Things?
I saw the first season. It was okay. I don't know. It wasn't my cup of tea, but I got through it.
I'm an 80s kid.
You are?
nostalgia.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am too, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I saw it like post, like hype. So I was like, it's a little overrated, but
have you seen the after show that they had?
Nope, refuse to watch that.
Oh, do they have like a Walking Dead or Talking Dead, like Talking Strange or whatever?
They're like these little 20-minute interviews with the cast.
Is it Chris Hardwick?
No, it's this very effete, over the top kind of feminine guy who just he's that guy at the party that you go, oh hi, yeah, great, I'm going over here. Glad you know.
Now I need to see that show. Okay,
yeah, I watched them all, and it was interesting. I mean, some of the backstory between the cast and crew,
sure.
And some of the interactions, I'm going to say a spoiler, when they go to the dance. When he leans in to kiss 11. He says, without moving his lips, I'm coming in. And she lost it. It was supposed to be this great scene between them, and they had to do multiple takes over and over because she kept laughing because he said, I'm coming in. So, and it was their first kiss, not only on scene, but it would also on camera, but it was all in real life. It was their first kiss.
That's cute.
Each of them, it was their first kiss. So it was a cute story. They had cute backstories in it, but it was an annoying.
Yeah, I'm not big on the after show when
they overanalyze.
Yeah. I mean, I
like Talking Dead.
Talking Dead, I like.
Yeah,
I'm not even too keen on that one.
I don't. I bailed on that show.
Same. After they killed Glenn, I was done.
Yeah, just a few episodes after that, I'm like,
yeah, well, you're really gonna hate this season.
Oh, I already know, and I don't really care.
Okay.
You'll have to tell me.
So, what about movies?
Movies? I haven't actually seen a ton of movies this year.
You need to get a movie pass.
I know, I need to get a movie pass.
We are not sponsored by Movie Pass, but we are open to the idea.
Ooh,
Movie Pass. Please sponsor us. Honestly, I really Caroline's film of the few films that I've seen this year. That was an independent film.
Love All You Have Left.
It was really good, really, really good actually. And as far as big movie, maybe because it's on my mind. Split, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
That's surprising.
I
gave up on M. Night a long time ago.
Here's the thing.
This is his best one since Unforgiven. No, what was it called? Unbreakable. Yeah,
Unbreakable.
Well, this is a sequel to Unbreakable. So
they're gonna they're kind of gonna link them together. But
yeah, there's a link, but I don't know sequels.
I don't know that I'd call it a sequel either.
Nah.
He called it a sequel.
Did he? Okay, interesting. Yeah,
it was a backdoor sequel to get because he'd always had the intention of doing that as a franchise of films,
But yeah, I mean, like most of his films, I feel like, you got a 50-50 shot of it being really quite good or really quite bad.
Yeah, I don't even know. Well, I don't know.
He lost me years ago.
You liked Unbreakable, though, right?
Unbreakable was okay.
Okay. So you just like The Sixth Sense. With Mr. Glass.
And Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson's made of glass. Bruce Willis is Unbreakable.
Didn't see that one.
Really?
You did.
No.
You watched it with me. You were bored by it. It was slow and long.
Oh, okay.
I really like Split. I found James McAvoy
Is that how that works?
really impressive.
Yeah.
He plays young Professor X in the new X-Men movies.
Yeah.
He can do a bazillion accents, and he gets to do all these different accents and all these different physicalities in this film, and I just find it enjoyable to watch him. Like, he can do a one-man
his little
show.
boy is good when he does the little boy. Yeah.
Yes. He's totally believable.
I've heard good things about it. It's just I don't know. After what was it? After Earth with Will Smith and whatnot. Like M. Night is
Was
the
that
only.
an M. Night movie?
Yeah, he directed that. M. Night's the only damn director who can completely pull all sense of personality out of someone like Will Smith.
Oh God.
I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, so it's just too many misses for me with M. Night. I can't.
Awful.
I didn't like the elevator one. I can't remember what it is.
Even thinking about that
Devil.
movie.
Yeah, my sister made me watch that, and
But After Earth, that was M. Night Shyamalan. Mm-hmm. It was the one in the future with Will Smith.
And it's
Jaden Smith.
and Jaden Smith.
It was like, yeah, don't fear things. Don't fear that CGI tiger.
Yeah.
Space tiger. Alien.
Yeah.
Space Tiger.
Stupid.
Yeah. It was
Stinky piece of poop.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Steve,
Yes.
TV show and movie for you for the year.
The one that really stood out for me as far as TV show is This Is Us.
oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten
Mom's
into that one
favorite
yet.
show.
You haven't gotten into that one?
get a box of tissues.
Get a
for
box of
every
tissues.
Is
episode.
it like a
Well,
Hallmark?
See, Mandy Moore's been like a guilty pleasure for me for years. So when this show came out, I definitively was like, I'm not gonna watch it because everybody's gonna give me shit for watching a Mandy Moore thing.
Moore.
She's really good with
Yeah.
everything except when she's old. I
Yeah.
don't buy. She moves too fast. She
Yeah.
doesn't have the rickets.
Right.
Ooh.
The first show, I'm looking, where are they going with this? Where are they going with this? And all of a sudden, at the end, it just kicks you in the stomach, and you're going, "Oh God, that's good."
And sometimes it's a
It's
sad
like-
cry, and sometimes
so
it's a
it's a
happy
happy
cry.
cry,
But you will
yeah.
cry every episode.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard. I've heard
it's so good. And I would say, as far as like movies that I've seen, haven't gone to many movies. I just really haven't had time to. But I would say, because I've seen it twice already, it would have to be the three billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Yep.
That I think
good.
is definitely nomination and award winning worthy for cast, crew, writing.
There is a movie that's coming out in a couple of days, though.
Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Teresa saw it.
She saw it already?
Yeah,
Teresa
What did
got
she
into the
say?
press screening. She
She is
refused to
tight-lipped.
say a word.
Like, she can say she likes it.
She what she said was she was exhausted walking out of the theater. That's what she said.
Well, that could mean anything. It'd be like,
That's
know,
why she said that. I'm sure.
yeah.
So vague.
I had too much
but I
Mountain
know,
Dew the
but
night
I know
before.
Teresa. If she didn't like Star Wars, she'd tell me. Just because
Yeah.
that's her thing. The fact that she is so tight-lipped about it, the fact that she does not want to say a word to me, and she knows that I don't care about spoilers. Like, I love reading everything I can. The fact that she won't say a word to me tells me everything I need to know that she loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've heard from, a film critic friend of mine that doesn't disappoint. And then I heard also something like, I haven't laughed, applauded, and cried that hard since 1983, referring to Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Which I loved Force Awakens, by the way.
I love Force Awakens, too.
Yeah, I liked it better than Rogue One.
A
But
lot of people are heaping a bunch of crap.
I liked Rogue One better than Force
I did
Awakens.
too.
because
It was such a bittersweet story that filled in the gap between.
The thing for me with
previous-
Rogue One,
the
and we'd
pre-
said it
the
on the podcast
prequels.
a bunch before it came out, was the only way that movie would work for me is if everybody died.
yes.
And the fact that
they did.
Disney allowed Lucasfilm to go there,
Yeah.
like, with no problems, no reservations about it, that told me, okay, I can trust Disney to let Lucasfilm do these stories right. Because I can get the Force Awakens critiques that it was too fan servicing, too soft, like whatever.
Too much
Worked
like
for me.
episode 4.
It worked for me too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but I
liked
can
it.
understand certain people's critiques of it. Like
Sure.
I can understand that. But Rogue One for me went, oh, they're willing to do things that
It was the honest trailer say, like,
that people weren't
meet this
expecting
cast
really
and
to
crew, but don't get used
Don't
to
get
it.
used to it. Which I think is cool. I think that was really cool. So I love Rogue One in a much different way than The Force Awakens.
There was this terrible / wonderful moment whenever I saw Rogue One, because we always do a Christmas movie, and that was around Christmas time last year. After the movie, there was a young, probably maybe 8 or 9, who had been watching it. Pretty sure that kid was traumatized by that film. Which
In a really good way,
dies.
because Darth Vader at the end of that movie is fucking
that was
righteous.
incredible.
No, the last like 3 minutes are like the best. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say, because you know what's coming. And
But if you were a kid,
Yeah.
you don't know what's
Yeah.
coming. It's like,
Sorry.
sorry, that was soul crushing.
I've been on a couple
Welcome
of
to
plane
adulthood.
rides,
But
and
I love
I'll
that
only
because-
watch that part.
But I love that because as a kid, that's what my experience with Star
Yeah,
Wars was.
I
I am your father. What the fuck? Like, what is this? Like, that's an
Oh, yeah.
amazing feeling. And
Yeah.
for a kid to watch the movie and go, oh my God.
Oh, they had everybody from Last Jedi on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
The other night, and he had Mark Hamill on. He was talking about Empire,
Yeah.
and how much they kind of snuck in saying this is a lot like Empire. It has that same grit as Empire, and he said when he was doing Empire, that whole scene with the reveal, it didn't say "I'm your father." There was just a placeholder. And it just, they said, they were
on
telling
the day, he said, Obi-Wan killed your father.
yeah, Obi-Wan killed your father. So that's how you're going to react. He's telling you that Obi-Wan Kenobi killed your father. And search your feelings. You know this is to be true.
But Irving Kershner pulled him aside just before they shot and said, that's what we're going to say on set. But the reality is, and only George and myself, and now you, when I tell you, are going to know that what he's really saying is, I am your father.
And it said, and if it leaks, we know it's going to be you.
And we'll sue you until you don't have a career for 30 years.
So 3 billboards.
3 billboards, definitely.
TV show for you?
But This Is Us.
This is us. So okay. So that we're good there. Okay, so for me, Last Jedi is probably going to take over. But
Yeah.
but right now, 3 billboards is my favorite movie of the year. I just fucking love that movie. Like, across the board. All the performances, the way it was shot, the writing is just outstanding. Stellar writing. Television, my favorite series this year was called The Sinner. It was on USA, and it starred
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel
Yeah.
and Bill Pullman, and it's amazing. It was the most surprising television series I've watched in a long time.
Is that the one where she gets arrested?
Yeah, the whole series opens with her murdering a guy on the beach at the lake shore. And there's no question she did it. Like, everybody on this beach saw it, including her husband and her kid. But nobody knows why. Including her. She doesn't know why. She just snapped and stabs this guy to death on the beach. And then the whole series is like trying to figure out why she did what she did, and it was so well done. And best thing Jessica Biel has ever done, hands down. She also produced
Is that including Justin Timberlake?
He's a pretty good thing to do, I'll just say that. But no, it's so good. If you haven't seen it, like, seek it out.
Sinner on USA.
Yeah, it was on USA. So it's probably on the USA's website.
Yeah,
to watch.
Anybody had a disappointment in a show or a movie?
Like I said, I bailed on The Walking Dead a long time ago. I can't even say that it's bad. I just don't know. I just don't care anymore.
Some shows after a while.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta dedicate a lot of time to catch up.
I'm still watching The Walking Dead, but I'm not as fanatical about getting there the day of. I'll wait and binge them all.
We have these metrics. I'm sorry. At work, we have these metrics, watching the numbers of people who are actually on the DirecTV Now app.
Yeah.
And every Sunday, we see the numbers rise up like we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And a couple of weekends ago, we thought it was going to be the mid-season finale for Walking Dead. So we had numbers for all the football games and Walking Dead, and I think the BET Awards were on.
Yeah.
And we had record numbers. We never saw this many people using the app before.
Yeah.
And we went nuts. And so then the following Monday, for Monday Night Football, it just went up even further. So we were going crazy. So this last Sunday, okay, we're going into the mid-season finale of
Walking Dead,
Walking Dead, and it was meh.
Yeah.
We're looking at the numbers and going, they're not going anywhere. They're not going up.
Sums up the series, doesn't it?
No, it was just, we just realized that the couple of weekends ago was Thanksgiving. So everybody was home, everybody was watching.
Yeah.
And then because of Monday Night Football, everybody was home.
Yeah.
Everybody was watching, and then...
Well, and you're specifically talking about your app numbers, right?
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving weekend is also when, like, families were all together and like, no, you got to check out what you can do on the app.
Yeah.
And multiple devices logged in.
Also, the numbers are much higher because DirecTV Now just passed 1 million subscribers for just the app alone. So
that's cool.
It's cool.
But did they have a Christmas story playing all day on Thanksgiving?
Good call.
One TNT probably has that.
Wait,
disappointment.
If you pulled it up on the
Blade
app,
Runner.
you could just pull
Blade
up
Runner.
TNT.
Hold on a second. You were disappointed in Blade Runner?
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
Was anyone else? Or the only one?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
But I wasn't a big fan of the first one, really.
Yeah, neither was
Yeah, I think it's just an overrated movie.
Like, I own it, but I've never been able to. I've never been able to sit and watch the original Blade Runner from start to finish.
Not that good,
Really?
guys.
I always
it
fall asleep.
really isn't. Yeah. I mean, it should be cool because it's the future and it's Harrison Ford in his prime and Deakins and Ridley Scott or whatever, flying cars. I get it. Okay, it's not a sci-fi. It's more of a film noir set in the sci-fi. I don't know. I think it's a very overrated movie. And then, the second one, I'm just like, ugh.
Now, is the second one in the film noir style as well?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, it's neon noir.
Yep. And Harrison, I think it's like almost a 3-hour movie. Harrison Ford doesn't even show up for like 2 hours into it. And,
And when he shows up,
basically.
Doing my obligation.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mark Hamill, when he was telling his story.
Calissa Flockhart needs to... I don't know. Get Botox.
Mark Hamill was telling his story about Empire.
Yeah.
When they were at the premiere, Harrison Ford turned around to him when he said, "I'm your father," and says, "You didn't fucking tell me that."
Oh, right. That's funny. That's funny.
The Blade Runner's your disappointment. What was your disappointment with?
Ooh, let me think about it. Go to the next person.
Steve.
Disappointing movie?
Or TV show.
TV show, the one that sticks out the most that I was kind of disappointed in that I haven't seen any more of it. So I'm sure it's canceled. It's called Me, Myself, and I. It was on NBC, or CBS, excuse me. It's on CBS. It's Bobby Moynihan. And,
like him.
He was on Night Court, played Dan Fielding.
Bull? Oh.
No.
John Larroquette?
John Larroquette.
Oh, okay.
They're all playing the same character
Yeah.
at different stages of the life, and it's him at 14, at 40, in his 70s.
Yeah.
And it's him following what his life is like. So Dave
comedy, whatnot.
It's a comedy.
Not funny. Okay.
It's a comedy, but I guess the premise just died.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't get past the 6th episode.
Yeah. It was really good.
I didn't see it.
Oh.
Fucking clowns.
I thought it was pretty good. I still like the original better because of just the, I don't know, nature of it.
That was one that exceeded expectations for me.
Yeah.
From a clown standpoint, you liked it.
No, as a clown, I definitively do not like scary clowns.
Okay.
But as a horror enthusiast, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Okay, so I actually thought of like 3 disappointing ones.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 2 disappointing ones and 1 surprise. So Disjointed, if you've seen that one, it has oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. She was Unsinkable Molly Brown on Titanic. She was in
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates,
Yeah.
thank you. Kathy Bates, I love her, and she's brilliant. Do not like Disjointed if you've seen her.
I love that.
You enjoyed
I thought it
it?
was so
That's
hilarious.
on Netflix, the weed thing, right?
Yeah. I thought it was so hilarious.
Oh, here we go.
Were you high when you watched it?
Ooh.
Well, my brother was, and I was getting a contact high. But I thought it was funny as hell. One of the characters is now on one of the actors is now on Saturday Night Live as a featured player. Yeah.
Nice. I didn't enjoy the laugh track, and I don't know. Like, I liked the idea of where they were going, like talking about the PTSD thing,
right?
But it just so many of the jokes felt really forced.
Yeah, it was stoner humor.
Oh, okay.
It was all stoner humor.
Maybe I should have gotten high and watched it.
Yeah.
Probably would have enjoyed it more.
Possibly.
Okay.
But
I don't know. I watched it with stoners.
I don't know where the series is going to go because they spoiler, they get shut down by the DEA. Oh. So
okay, thanks for spoiling it. Go on to the next one.
The next one, The Leftovers. But I anticipated that I wouldn't like the ending of that one.
Yeah, we had talked about that.
This is a disappointment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I watched the final episode of that.
Yeah?
Without having watched any of the rest of it. I watched the final episode of it and I was like, this is not at all what I think anybody probably expected.
It's the same guy who wrote Lost. And
It's Carlton Cuse, right?
I just know it's the same guy who wrote Lost. And
Or was it Damon Lindelof? It was Damon Lindelof.
yeah, I think
Carlton Cuse is
guy.
doing the one with all the berets. Can't remember the name.
Oh, The Colony.
The Colony. Yeah.
I remember because me and Teresa covered that at Comic-Con. We got free berets.
That's right.
And I think I even used part of that in my hosting reel.
You're right.
But yeah, did not enjoy Leftovers, but felt like I needed to see it through because I watched season 1, I watched season 2. Okay, we'll power through season 3. When you mentioned berets, it did make me think of another good one. Handmaid's Tale was awesome.
Oh, that was good.
Awesome.
That was so good.
Gut wrenching. Like every episode, I'm just like, oh dear God, oh this makes me uncomfortable. So good, so good.
The one woman who was the most evil bitch that you just hated. She won an Emmy Award for her
Oh, really?
portrayal.
Her bitchiness.
The
wife.
No, the matron of all the handmaids.
Yeah,
the dowager.
She was in The Leftovers. I like her better in Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, she was that dumpy dowager mother of everybody.
Lydia.
Yeah,
Aunt Lydia. Yeah, she's good. And then the surprising one for me was American Horror Story Cult. Because American Horror Story, like, each season it's been, some of them, I like the first one because, you weren't expecting it, what the sort of twist was. But this season, it was over the top. They took things, like, actually from, did you watch it?
I did not.
They talked about...
I did not.
They talked about politics and tensions in politics. They talked about the crazy, scary clown phenomenon and just a bunch of different, per usual, they threw a bunch of different things in there. But this year, I think it worked more than in previous years. And even though, they go over the top with their horror, the seed part of everything they did is the most terrifying part because it's all true things. And like with it was just the underlying psychology behind it was the terrifying thing. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. Good season this year.
Okay. Disappointment. What would be my disappointment?
Can I sneak in one more that?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Exceeded my expectations. I mean, it's downright a guilty pleasure. Fast 8. I watched this movie, and I watched it on a plane, and I had a blast.
Oh, I love the Fast movies.
Well, I didn't like them back when Paul Walker and Vin Diesel were running around, but then you add in The Rock and Jason Statham, and you got all these...
The Rock is just so charismatic.
I didn't watch the movies, really, when they first started coming out in
right,
theaters.
They were crap.
I just didn't go.
Right.
Like, I didn't find any interest.
Yeah.
But I got sick a couple years ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you binged them, right? Yeah.
And I binged them. Like iTunes had a deal, like buy all 7 films.
So you saw Fast 8 then, right?
Yeah,
it was great, wasn't it? Yeah, it was great.
But I love that whole franchise because I love how it's like evolved over time.
Now they're taking on submarines, going through ice and stuff, and cars are flying.
They're like superhero spies.
You don't even
now.
care about Vin Diesel. Obviously, Paul Walker's not in it. It's like more about The Rock and Jason Statham. That whole scene when he's like fighting guys on the plane and trying to protect the baby. Oh my God, great, it made me so happy watching that.
Oh, this is 50% of this podcast.
Guilty
really into that. And the other 2 here were just looking at you guys just fanboying out on this.
It's not even about cars anymore.
We're looking at each other going, it's like, do you into this shit? And I'm like,
I like the one that had the Sling Blade kid in it. That's about all I can speak to.
No, and I just never got into any of it. So
I didn't either. But the last 2 or 3 have been pretty decent.
The closest thing I had to actually seeing it was I was sitting with Dave while he was sick, while he was watching it, and going, I'm not into this at all.
I'm feeling it.
And then I went to Universal Studios about a year or so ago with Teresa and Brian and Sean, and on the ride on the
they have the
tram ride. They have the Fast and the Furious, and this was so poorly done. I mean, it was talk about really bad green screen, where all of the actors were not even present when another actor was on screen, even though they're on screen as a group.
Oh,
so it was just they're not really interacting, not really making eye contact.
They're contractually
that's ride directed and stuff.
Yeah, it was just so poor, and I'm just it's like it's terrible.
I think you can get off your high horse and actually try and enjoy a film for just being a fun film.
Well, I can do that.
No, you can't.
If I think it's a piece of shit,
you're horrible at doing that. Because you walk into something going, "This is going to be a piece of shit," and you walk out going, "It's a fucking piece of shit."
Well, yeah. Okay.
Did you like War of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, I did.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun?
Very
good.
It was very nostalgic because it had all of the precursors for Beneath the Planet of the Apes from the 60s.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it had all of those little Easter eggs for the original series.
Okay.
So wait, let me get this straight. You liked a remake movie?
Yeah, I did.
Fuck you.
Wait, is it really a remake though? It's a prequel.
It's a total remake.
They're
remaking the whole Planet of the Apes series.
Yeah. So
I like that series.
But I thought that one was a prequel to the originals. No.
No. This is a reboot of.
Complete reboot of the franchise.
The Kingsman 2 was a lot of fun.
I love Kingsman 2.
I haven't seen that one.
I like the whole Kingsman franchise. I hope they keep it going.
You just go in, you check out. You're like, I just want to
whole
look
idea
at the
with the
screen. It'd be
statesman
fun.
and stuff. It's fun. It's just a fun movie.
That's I think that's on either Netflix or Hulu. One of my subscriptions right now. I want to watch it. I didn't get to see it yet.
I liked Atomic Blonde.
Ooh.
I didn't see Atomic Blonde.
From what I remember, yeah.
I did.
John Wick 2.
John Wick 2.
Oh.
I haven't seen 2 yet. I just watched 1 like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it's amazing. That was like one of the best days of my 2017. I watched John Wick 2 with my friend John, who I work with, and we got Thai food. I'm like, this is going to be a great day. And it was. No, I'm kidding. I've had a lot of good days in 2017. Good year, I think. Better than 16. 16 was...
Yeah, 16 was pretty shit.
No one likes 16. I think,
16 was a weird year for me. Like, because I won a bunch of awards at the Film Awards to kind of like kick off the year.
That was 16?
Great year, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, my mom died like a couple weeks later.
Yeah, that's not good.
Had a weird fall with, friendship breakdowns and whatever.
And then top it off with Cheeto Face.
And then topped off with
and the
Cheeto
whole
Face.
country got depressed.
Yeah.
I think the best meme I've seen about this was 2016. All your favorite celebrities are dead. 2017. All your favorite celebrities are dead to you.
I guess so.
Yeah, it was rough. No, 17's definitely been better, and it's been getting better as years go on. So I'm hoping 18, is a good breakout year.
Yeah, I mean, no one's ever like, I hope next year sucks.
I hope next year sucks. Steve might do that.
Next year might suck. I don't know. It's an even number.
I'm not saying that I hope that it will suck. It's I know that it will suck.
You and Carla should
2018?
No.
You think it will?
Carla is just way out of my league.
You and producer Carla should just get together and create a black hole and be done with it.
Oh boy.
Be curmudgeons together.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You, Carla, and Martha.
No, I'm sorry.
You just planted a super special nightmare in his head.
Well, there's not enough Sharpies or shredders. I mean, I wanted to just grab that doll and throw it into a wood chipper. So,
it would just keep on coming back.
Yes, the doll came back.
The doll came back. Just throw it into a wood chipper.
Hello, Steven.
Mr. Steve.
We'll start setting a mic aside for Martha at future podcasts. Guests come in. What's that extra mic for?
No, it's for Elijah. No.
Must be purified with holy gasoline and then fire.
Yes.
That's funny. God. Well, guys, thank you so much for sitting down and doing a final episode of the year.
Yeah.
It's like Mark's about ready to fall asleep.
Yeah.
This is middle of the night shit.
Yeah, I mean, it is
1:40 a.m.
in the morning.
on Tuesday night.
And I do have to be at work in 12 hours.
Ooh.
So.
Oh, 12 hours isn't that bad. That's,
I know. You guys,
most people say that at 8 o'clock at night.
For me, it is. I'm an old man. What can I say?
Okay.
Well, it's been an interesting year, and I'm looking forward to 2018. I'm looking forward to spending a lot more time podcasting with you guys next year.
Please.
And hopefully doing lots of cool new stuff if things go the way we're hoping. Mm-hmm. We definitely have a cool announcement to make at the beginning of the year. I can't drop it until then. But podcasting will be doing interesting things, and hopefully it helps grow the audience and gives us some exposure to new people. Spread the word of San Diego filmmaking beyond San Diego.
Yes.
I think that'd be awesome.
Did you just say we're going to expose ourselves to new people?
You got it, baby.
There is a restraining order for me.
Oh boy.
We are shooting a movie. You are going to expose a little bit of yourself to other people.
Uh-oh.
It's not that kind of movie.
Oh.
It's gonna be a closed set that day.
Is this the true San Diego?
No, it's going to be open set.
Open set.
Open set.
What you talking about?
True
This is a
life.
real Hollywood
This is
movie.
real Hollywood movie. Open set.
Open set.
Come on, Greg.
Well,
I have to show my butt to sell the film.
Just sell movie, Greg.
If you haven't seen The Room, or if you haven't seen Disaster Artist, you're in
Watch
for a
the
treat.
patio. No.
You're in for a treat. You'll see a side of James Franco you've never seen before.
Oh, that was a
His
prosthetic.
backside.
Oh.
Yeah. So with that, let's go ahead and sign off.
Happy New Year.
Steve, bye.
Bye.
Whitney, bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye, Mark.
Oh, bye, Mark. I cannot sign off. I cannot.
It's bullshit. Bye, Mark.
Farewell 2017. I'm the host of the IntelleXual Podcast, David Dawson. I've been sitting here tonight with...
Mark Atkinson.
Whitney Wegman.
Stephen Allen Schwartz.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
This is the IntelleXual Podcast. We'll see you in 2018.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for coming out.
Happy Hanukkah.
You know the old saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression? That phrase is incredibly true in our business. In entertainment, your first impression can mean everything. It can mean the difference of booking a job or not booking a job, having an audition or not having an audition. That first impression can get you in the door and make things happen. And for an actor, that first impression is the headshot. First and foremost, casting directors, producers, they're going to see your headshot and they're going to make decisions about whether or not you get seen based on that one image. So it's incredibly important to make that image an investment in your future. And to do that, you want to find the right photographer, someone who's going to work with you to craft the perfect image, the perfect first impression. And I suggest you check out portraitsbypeggy.com. Peggy's been doing photography since the 80s, and she really knows her stuff. And she wants to work with you to craft the perfect captured image, the one that captures the uniqueness of you and helps you book the job. She wants to work with you. She wants to really get into who you are, what sort of jobs you're trying to book, and help you get the perfect image. So check out portraitsbypeggy.com and book your portfolio session today.